When you need a mortgage, don't stress at all. Just tune right in and give these guys.
Good morning, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, May 6th. It's officially outside season. We got Anthony back in the backyard. Got him out of the freaking dungeon of the dining room. I guess it's spring, Anth.
Yeah, man. You got to love the outdoors, man. Fresh air, different lighting, and get you moving in the morning. So
how's that patio recovering from the storms?
it's cleaned up, man. I don't have any gazebos anymore. My fire pit, I have a half a fire pit so far. I got to rebuild that damn thing. So what are you going to do?
Yep, that's a rough one. Hopefully you're good there. Tommy, how are you?
Doing excellent. Beautiful day today after a little rain rolled through. No, I'm just kidding. It's about to rain again tonight. So prepare up, man.
I'll tell you what. I know my internet's been spotty over the past couple of weeks, but I got to tell you, I'm liking the 4K. Making me look good. So
this is the best you've looked in probably a year and a half. So yeah.
Got them happy glasses. You're looking sharp. But boys, today, all about the pre-approval. The pre-approval, the cornerstone to our business, the most important part to a buyer when they get starting into the home buying process. But again, has to be the most misconceptions out there. You got buyers thinking that we got to take their first child. You got other buyers thinking it's going to take a month. And then you have other buyers that have no clue at all what a pre-approval is. And frankly, it does depend on your personal situation how long a pre-approval is going to take. Right? Sometimes there's one person. Sometimes they're just salary, right? Easy to qualify, easy to calculate income. But Tom, we know there's other buyers. They're a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, they have situations. They have other houses. They have a couple jobs. They own their own business. So all these things require documentation, and for us to look through that documentation. Like you were saying, I finished a pre-approval yesterday in 15 minutes. Simple. One person made a salary, had enough money in the bank, and they knew the house they wanted to offer on. It was very simple. All the information was there and put forth. But yes, there are these challenging borrowers. And it's not necessarily that they're challenging. We just have to read through their more information for them because there's more going on with their history, their job, or address, location. There could be other nuances that play into it as well. But yes, the time frame could be 15 minutes to 2 days.
Yes. I mean, here's the big deal. And it's always about the time frame. You shouldn't be getting your pre-approval as you're putting your offer in. The biggest questions are the time frame. When you start having your first conversation with your real estate agent is when you should get your pre-approval, because at West Penn Financial, it's valid for 120 days. And a lot of buyers think they're pre-approved only for a specific home, which that is not the case. We pre-approve a buyer for their max amount, and then they can go find any home in that 4-month time frame that they're pre-approved for.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of that confusion comes from different lenders. Some lenders only allow the pre-approval letter to be good for 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. I mean, we give them a lot of time to actually shop for that home and close. But as far as the pre-approval amount, a lot of people are confused that, hey, I need a pre-approval letter for every offer I see, or every home I see, every offer I make, which is not the case. I mean, it's an up to amount. It should not match your offer. And if you're matching your offer, all you're doing is telling the seller that you're maxed at whatever your offer is, which could be a risk because if taxes come in a little higher, homeowners comes in a little higher, if you're right there on the brink and you're at the max, they might accept another offer because there's a little bit more wiggle room and more likelihood of an approval instead of a denial on that specific client or pre-approval. So definitely get your pre-approval. Make sure you give yourself room in the budget you're looking so you can look at those homes and make an offer up to that specific amount.
And I hope we're bucking that trend. I just had a huge agent in the North Hills yesterday actually love that I had a pre-approval letter that showed that they were easily qualified for well above the purchase price. And they used that pre-approval letter. He was not afraid that the seller is going to come back and say, we want more because they're easily pre-approved. No, 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 no. Strong buyer's agent that put in their offer. If the seller tried to play those games, they're going to walk. It is not a market that the sellers now hold all the chips, all the keys like they did during COVID. It is a very fair market out there. Buyers agents have to know they have the buyer. You guys have the one buying the house. If you think a listing agent is going to have the cojones to throw that one offer away because they have no other offers, I think you're overreacting. I think they're thrilled they have that offer and they're going to negotiate that offer. They're not going to say, oh, shucks, Ryan's easily qualified. Let's say we want 10,000 more. If I have a good agent, they're going to say, bye, seller. You just threw this one down the drain because you're trying to be greedy. That's how I look at that. I don't know.
I agree with both of you guys on that. I mean, there's no point if you're offered on a split level house at 250, there's no point in giving them that 250 pre-approval. Give them a little bit more so they know that you're well qualified. We're never going to run into that issue. And because there are things that come up, we're still going to get the appraisal. We're still going to get the home inspection. Now we know that those things aren't going to increase the price after you put the offer in, but it also shows how stable that person is. If there is something wrong with the home inspection, do they have the money to fix something? Or are they going to be like, oh my God, I'm out of pennies. I have to leave. So, I mean, there's multiple factors that play into it, and it doesn't need to be right at the number. I agree.
Yeah, because please remember, guys, every buyer is different. We have some buyers that are pre-approved, and if they sneeze, they're not going to qualify for what they're trying to qualify up to. They are maxed out. We have other buyers that are easily qualified. They're purchasing well within their means, and they could buy double the house that they're purchasing. Not every pre-approval is exactly the same. That's why we want to show you the max so you as the agent understand, oh crap, like this buyer, if they're pre-approved at 250, they can't buy a home at 251, right? 250 is the max. But if you have a buyer buying a home at 250 and their pre-approval is 500,000, you know there's some wiggle room there. And that's what we try to explain to you guys as agents too when we pre-approve someone, is what wiggle room they have, where we're at. Because I know the most stressful thing for a real estate agent and a loan officer that they don't know about is when we have a pre-approval letter for 250 and somehow you get an accepted contract for 275 and everyone wants to know why there's a problem.
I just got 2 of those in the last 3 days, man. I mean, one's $35,000 more than I pre-approved. And there's a combination there as well. I mean, it's based on the client's budget as well, where they want to be. You know, I mean, we look at payment affordability, the whole 9 yards. And so I had to call the agent and I said, well, unless you change my pre-approval letter, I mean, I don't know how you put this offer in and got it accepted at 230 or 335. And she said, oh, I just told him you're going to update it. You're a miracle worker. You can make it happen. I am actually at the brink. I'm right there. Like there's no room for error or anything to increase. And I'm hoping everything stays smooth. So,
and those are the items that we deal with behind the scenes that we don't need the real estate agent to have our worries too. We're dealing with the problems behind the scenes. But sometimes when someone says, hey, how the heck did we find this information 3 weeks later? Well, maybe we got an updated pay stub. Maybe we got an updated W-2 or tax returns where now underwriting is recalculating income. And because we were so close at that pre-approval, now so we got to put more down or we got to pay off debt because it's all about that debt to income ratio to qualify for the mortgage. So guys, we want to work with you. We want to give you your buyers max pre-approvals and put your buyers in the best position to beat out any multiple offers.
Pre-offer huddle, baby. Let's go.
That's all. That's what it is. Like I said, we agree. There could be times you want that pre-approval to match what you're offering. There are those certain times, but we also believe most of the time it's going to benefit your buyer to show the max that they're qualified for, no matter what they're offering. If they're qualified for $600,000 and they're buying a $200,000 home, to me, that shows a buyer easily qualified. Take that offer because you're going to have no problems. So that's all I got, boys.
That's all I got as well.
Have a great week. It was a happy Tuesday. We're going to get tons of pre-approvals. I can tell because we just got rid of all those misconceptions. 120 days. Give us a call. You're good all summer.
See you guys.
Later.
Tom, Ryan, and